straight on. Ignore Marvin. He's...
Wait, what were we doing?
Marvin.
Oh. I straight up did not know.
I don't think it got it.
Hi, everybody.
We're gonna go buy a car. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe we just die. Also a possibility.
I hope the second option happens. Ah!
Take your shit, boy. Bye.
You look like a boy.
Bye. Bye.
You look like a boy.
It's good to say anyway.
No, you're a man!
Whatever. Anyway, I'm not gonna record the whole drive because you don't want to sit here for a fucking hour and a half. So I'm gonna kill him. Okay. Alright, we got a home. So here is the new Jeep TJ. It is a 06, which is I think the second to last year of the Wrangler TJ models. We currently have the blue one, which is a 97, so I'm pretty familiar with these. So one thing to note on this, I'll go over kind of some of the good features and then the bad. Hello, close. There we go. Okay, good news, has hard doors, full hard doors. Good news, tires are in decent shape. They're nice, and we have a full-size spare. Bad news, needs a new top, and it had some pretty spotty bodywork at some point. I think either that's Bondo or I don't know. Out here it feels like it, on the inside it still feels like metal. But this is pretty rank. There, and then the floorboards have rusted, but they have been redone, so that's good. It does have the tinted windows. It is the inline 4 with the 5-speed and 4-wheel drive, so it's still a decent car in all fairness. And I scored this bad boy for $1,300. He was asking $2,000. I shot him an offer. He took it, and we brought it home. Looks like decent headlights. This bumper might need to be replaced, or I might just try and beat that in. The paint, somebody tried to redo it at one point, and they did a shitty job. And it feels like spray paint, honestly. In some spots it's very smooth, in others it's very rough. Dent, it looks like the hood either came up on them while they were driving, or they kept bouncing it off that instead of lightly laying it back. The interior is good. It smells bad. It smells pretty bad in here. We do have a decent battery, or at least what seems like a decent battery, but it doesn't crank. However, it's not a dead battery or anything, because we definitely have radio. If it comes on.
Finally get the justice, closure, and substantial financial settlement you deserve while remaining completely anonymous. But hurry, there is a dead...
God dang! Anyway. Come on. There we go. And I mean, it has basically everything in here that is needed for it. It even has an owner's manual. I didn't even check in here. But anyway, it does need some stuff, like apparently it needs a door handle over there. And apparently one here. And then window crank. But I mean, most of this is just shit. Like it's you know, for $1,300 I can't really complain. Again, we are going to flip it. Now, because there's no key, no crank, my theory is that the neutral safety switch is actually bad. He did say it was running off of starting fluid only, and then it just stopped running it entirely, stopped cranking, and they replaced the crank position sensor, but it sounds like neutral safety switch to me. I did look at what a new fuel pump costs. It's almost $300 in an O'Reilly's, so we're going to buy that online for $70. But there's a good example of why I think it's been spray painted. Or whoever did it did a shitty job. And I mean, you can literally see the rust falling off of it here. So I mean, anyway, it's savable. It's definitely savable. But again, for $1,300, I think it's a pretty damn good deal. Anyway, I'm gonna crawl under it and see what I can do. Again, I left my phone stand somewhere else, so it's gonna be kind of hard for me to show you what I'm looking at. But I'll record when I can, if I can. All right, we're back under it. I'm pretty sure it's the starter. And you just got to take out. There's a bolt there and then one over here. This thing is the probably biggest pain in the ass. Second biggest pain in the ass starter I'll probably have to remove. But while I was under here, I also noticed the rust on this thing is worse than I was expecting. This whole floor pan has been redone. That's a body mount, just kind of just chilling. And this one is about to go out. So they do make kits for these. And honestly, I might just replace them at some point because I'm pretty sure that one down there is probably not in great condition either. But again, I need both hands to do this fucking starter. You're going to have to remove those bolts first and then get to the battery cords. Just because that's how Jeep designed it. Because thank God for Jeep, because Jeep's so good and raw. Anyway, I'm going to pull that out and show you what it looks like. Okay, so it is the next day, and I have good news, bad news, and in-between news. Good news is, we put the starter in. It was actually smaller, so it made our life a lot easier. And, well, it is a Jeep. Hold on. Hold on, you old pile. Come on. Hear how it's hesitating really bad? Yes, dear. Yes, dear. Yes, dear. Shut up. Anyway, sometimes it idles, sometimes it doesn't. My theory currently, or my theory was catalytic converter. I cut it off. That didn't work. That way it sounds like shit. I can fix that. But my current theory is throttle position sensor, because it hesitates really bad. And it drives fine up until about 50 miles an hour in third gear, and then you put it in fourth and it bogs down really, really bad. So, I got this thing. It's a throttle position sensor, and I'm pretty sure that's it right there. Ignore the bungee cord, that's not me, that was previous guy. Anyway, I'm pretty sure this is it. By the way, it is hot as a motherfucker out here. Anyway, I'm hoping that fixes it, because in all fairness, I'm really swiftly approaching my my hopeful budget for this car, or vehicle in general. That is definitely not the right size wrench. Anyway, I really wanted to fix this thing, or be all in on this thing, about $2,000. And the issue is I'm basically already there. I'm $100 less from that. Bro. Oh my God. Anyway, I did fix some of the small stuff on it. I didn't video it just because it literally took 2 seconds. There we go. It was the right wrench, and I was just being retardo. Anyway, I'm doing this just because I've been told by many people that this sensor is super, super not weak, what am I thinking of? Fragile. So it's best not overdo anything with it, to be very, very careful. Now, one of the big issues that I just remembered is that it's a Torx bit. And I might not have any of my Torx bit things other than my screwdrivers. That is one of my biggest downsides of Jeep, for the most part, is that they use everything as Torx bit. Like, I was surprised the other day when the taillights were Phillips head, because Torx bit is like this star shape, and it's these. The whole car uses these, and it's stupid because the fuck just landed on me. Anyway, I don't know if y'all can see back there. You can probably see better than I can. But I hate those, like, with a burning passion. Again, I do. I have these for my screwdriver, and those should work. If not, I'll find a socket big enough for them. Yeah, it looks like it's going to have to be a socket. Anyway. Sorry. As y'all know, I make a lot of noise. Okay, Dude, oh my God. I'll be so happy one day when I finally get a shop of my own. Holy shit. Okay, it's the other one. It's the small one. Okay, so it runs good. Like, this is at neutral. Here's first. I gotta get it going actually straight. Tires are fucking humongous, though. Second. Now, this is foot to the floor, which is fine. I have to do this in our other one, too. There's third. Again, this is all foot to the floor. Ready? I'm still gunning it. I'm going slightly uphill, and I'm gunning it in fourth. We're almost to a shiftable speed. Fifth. Now it's acting kind of okay. It's just because, like, fifth in these is basically just cruising here. But I mean, even if I gun it, there's nothing there. It's barely up to 55. And I don't know if it's just low compression or if this is just how these act. Because maybe it's just sluggish. I'm not entirely sure. It's doing better than it was yesterday. Fourth, around the corner. Gunning it. Now I'm going downhill now. Still in fourth, fifth. Again, this is on completely flat ground, and I am absolutely flooring it. We're about to go up a hill in fifth, and I'm about to see how bad it drops. Fourth. We're at the top of the hill now. Second, ignore the bad suspension squeaking. Again, first through third is great. Like, it's normal. Like, again, that's gunning it. It's a little sluggish, but I mean, it's normal for something like this with this big of tires. And that's third, and that's flooring it. Flooring it again on flat ground in fourth. I would just drive the other one and see if it's very similar, but it's broken right now and I can't. Check engine light is probably flashing again. I don't know if it's just like the other day. It wouldn't. I couldn't really get it above. Oof. Big bumps, big bumps, big bumps. Okay, so I got a new pump. The only issue is it is a completely different style of pump, and every auto parts store sells a fucked up version of that pump, and it looks completely different than what's in here. So considering everything on this works other than the pump itself, I'm gonna rehook this up and run this from, so that way I have a fuel level and stuff, and I'm just gonna run an Edelbrock somewhere down in here to a switch under the dash, and one that'll make a kill switch, which really I don't care about, and two, it'll just be a cheaper alternative to whatever the fuck Jeep tried to do here. Also, for those of you wondering, I would just cut a hole like this for your fuel pump, because those two bolts rusted. And then one of them snapped down here, so I would just cut a hole. And be very careful when you do, because you got frame here, and then there's that. Anyway, it was a lot of fighting and cursing and stuff, so I will see y'all tomorrow.